time, once again, for your favorite pro wrestling opinion show, J.A.G's Jabs. I am Jefferson Alonzo Greene, and let's see if I remember how to do this crap. Look, people, I don't watch wrestling anymore. I don't typically watch wrestling. It's just, I'll just say it's not doing much for me lately. Sometimes I watch a little bit of the Rumble. I read the reviews, and that's exactly what happened today. And what inspired today's Jabs is I went to Raja.com, my preferred source for wrestling news, and I went to read the recaps from last night, from NXT, and of course, from freaking AEW. I gotta say this. AEW and the WWE are completely out of ideas. Now, they say that there's nothing new under the sun and pretty much every angle in wrestling has been done, and I understand that, but damn it. Why do we keep seeing the same angles over and over and over again? Why do we keep seeing the same matches over and over and over again? Why do we keep seeing the same freaking personnel over and over and over again? The WWE has signed everybody and their cousin. They have more talent than they know what to do with, but they keep regurgitating and recycling the same people in the big matches and the pay-per-view matches. They're not even really pay-per-view anymore, but the pay-per-view matches are the same damn people. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, now we got Sheamus, Jeff Hardy. It's the same damn people. Week after week, month after month, year after year. And speaking of year after year, AEW's only been around a little more than a freaking year. And these guys are recycling the same freaking angles every freaking week. Let me ask you a question, AEW fans. How many kidnappings have happened in AEW Dynamite? I'll wait. Do the math. They kidnap somebody new every freaking week. They kidnapped FTR kidnapped freaking Marco Stunt, right? And the next week, they're like, yeah, lucky he was okay. It all worked out. That's not even an angle. They didn't even revisit it. It just somehow he escaped and he's fine. Like, they start things, they drop things. Grand opening, grand closing. We start, we finish. AEW are the Minutemen of wrestling. All right? These guys have no stamina, no longevity, and everybody's left wanting more, okay? That's the problem with AEW. The things are forgotten the very next week. We got a wrestling angle on Raw with the craptastic Lana Bobby Lashley stuff. Now we got a craptastic wedding on freaking AEW. We got former champions showing up. What do we got? We got old-ass Goldberg showing up, and AEW got old-ass Sting. Why? Because nobody gives a crap about the current talent and the current people. Why? Because you're not making us give a crap. You're not making us care. And that brings me to my number one point. The biggest thing. I turned on Twitter this morning just to kind of check it out and see what's going on in the world of wrestling. And I see a post by Mr. Dustin Rhodes. And I'm paraphrasing here. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen where he says, you gotta have heroes and villains. Faces and heels is what they used to call them. You gotta be able to tell a story. You gotta sell. Well, damn, we know there's no selling in AEW, okay? But he's telling the fans, the readers, the aspiring wrestlers that you gotta have a story to make this thing crack. You gotta have a story to make us give a damn. And the funny part about that, Dustin, is your own stinking brother said that heels and faces are old tropes and it doesn't work anymore. Bullshit. You got this supposed sports-based wrestling, which is the biggest lie ever told in wrestling, right? Sports-based wrestling where wins and losses matter. They don't, all right? And now you don't even have story? We don't even have bad guys and good guys? Come on, people. Listen, I don't give a crap about Lacey Evans and Charlotte. I don't like this angle. I don't like Lacey Evans with Ric Flair because I already know Lacey Evans is married to the guy with the big ears. I already know Lacey Evans already has a kid, and apparently she's about to have another one, and now they want to try to make us believe that it's somehow Ric Flair's ancient-ass baby. We know that's not true, but I can turn on the freaking TV, or I can have my son or a friend of mine sit down and turn on the TV and say, they don't like each other because her dad, she's banging her dad. And that's all you need to know. Let me ask you a question, AEW fans. Why does Team Taz hate Sting? Why does Team Taz hate Darby Allin? This is an angle going on for weeks. Week after week, we got talking. The snow falls, Sting comes out, he stands there, does absolutely nothing. At least this week he took a freaking powerbomb, apparently. But why? Why do we care? Oh, well, Team Taz hates Darby Allin. Okay, kidnapped him, another kidnapping, put him in a body bag, right? And now Sting's gonna protect him. Okay, well, what is Sting doing? Why is he here? What is he protecting him from? Why does Sting give a crap? Because they both wear face makeup? Is that the thing? Because they both wear face makeup? Is that why they're supposed to be a team? Is that why we're supposed to care? They don't even talk to each other. They just stand there. Why do I give a crap? Why should I give a crap? Why do you expect me to give a crap? Why does Kenny Omega hate Jon Moxley? Does anybody know? John wants to be champion again. Great. All right, John, you want to be champ. You felt like Kenny screwed you out of the title. Okay. Now what? Jon Moxley can't wrestle his way out of a wet paper bag. We got to have all these stipulation matches. No DQ, falls count anywhere. And guess what? Now we're going to have a freaking daggone exploding barbed wire death match, which you know the Jag's not a fan of death matches. However, the encyclopedia put me up on game and showed me some awesome FMW death matches from back in the day, and that was epic. And so I feel like, maybe I'm assuming here, but I feel like AEW has lost the plot. They're just putting out shiny things to grab your attention. AEW says, hey, how about an exploding barbed wire death match? We go, I've never seen that before. I haven't seen that in 15 years. Let's watch. But the story's not there. And by your own freaking admission, Dustin Rhodes, the story is what freaking matters. I don't care what you're putting on the screen. I care why you're putting it on there. Wrestling. Figure it out. Vince, I love you. You're an awesome treasure and the world loves you and you should have security at all times. But man, if I see another Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre match or Randy Orton versus Edge or Randy Orton, come on, man. There's so many inconsistencies in the WWE and I just don't understand why. But at least they have an attempt at a story. Even if the Randy Orton burn thing was botched, at least there was a story. At least there was a reason for the fight. At least there was a reason for the hatred and the animosity. AEW's like, hey, you two, fight each other. Why? I don't know. And there go my gardeners. That's going to do it for today's Jags Jabs. Look, I haven't done this in a long time. Mainly because there's no live wrestling to go to and talk to. There's nothing really to react to. There are 1,000,001 people talking about wrestling. Of course, you got Jim Cornette talking about wrestling every week, and I'm a Cornette fan. But this pissed me off. Because Dustin Rhodes, who is a genius, who is probably one of the most prolific and gifted wrestlers in the history of wrestling, is saying, we need story, we need story, we need story. And the rest of them are saying, how about some barbed wire? Again, that's going to do it for Jags Jabs. Be sure to follow me on social media at AKA The Jag. Not really that active lately, but follow me anyway. Be sure to follow the show at Make Me a Fan 316 on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And I will see you next time. Take care.